Welcome to Ink and Fitness. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Anthony. I'm someone who went from skinny to fit, and these videos are purely educational. So this way, if you are also someone who's on the skinnier side, you can take what you're learning inside of these videos and just apply it to what you're doing inside your fitness routine, so that way you can be consistent with it and see some results. For those that are interested in one-to-one coaching, the link for that will be down below in the description, so feel free to check that out. But enough about that. Let's get straight into the video for today, where I have some advice for you guys, specifically those who are skinny guys who are wanting to gain mass. So let's get straight into the video for today. And starting off first, we're starting off fast off the gate here, because the very first thing is that you need to realize that you need to eat, right? Especially if you are a skinny guy, skinny tall guy. We need to eat a lot more than other people, just because we're structurally built very lean, right? We have lanky arms, lanky legs, all around. We're just very lean individuals, and we need to eat a lot of calories, or maybe not a lot of calories, right? Because we also don't want to overdo it, because there is such thing as overdoing it. But we want to eat enough where we're actually starting to gain some weight, right? Nothing too crazy. There is a sweet spot, and I'll mention that in a few seconds here. I'm sure you can already see it on the screen in this slide. But we need to eat a lot, right? We just need to eat. And it's likely that you're not eating as much as you say that you're eating. If you feel like you are, and if you are saying that you are eating a lot per day, right? Because there's a lot of people online who post their fitness journey, specifically those who are skinny guys, right? And they're always saying, yeah, man, like I'm eating so much food. I'm eating like 10 chicken breasts a day. I'm eating 5 McChickens a day. I'm eating 2 large fries a day. This and that, right? It's an over exaggeration, but you get the point what I'm trying to say here, right? You see what I'm trying to get across. A lot of these guys, and I used to be like them, right? I used to say, wow, I ate this, and that, and I'm not gaining any weight. And it sucks being a skinny guy. It sucks having this fast metabolism. The fact of the matter is that I was not eating enough. And the way I knew this is because I wasn't even tracking what I was putting inside of my body, right? I would track every now and then, but it'd be like an every once per week type of thing, right? And it made no sense for me to be able to do that, or excuse me, it made no sense for me to do that and say, I ate so much food, I'm not gaining any weight, like what the hell is this, right? Because I don't have the important metric points that I need to really realize, oh, wow, I am eating a lot and I'm not gaining any weight. So let's plop on some more calories and see what happens from there. So, um, with me saying that, we need to make sure we have the data that we need to ensure that, we're actually, we can actually back up what we're saying, right? But a lot of these guys out there, they're saying they eat a lot, but they're not tracking shit, right? They just think, just by seeing how much they're eating, or seeing how much of something that they're eating, they think it's a lot of calories, right? But in reality, it's really not. So that's why it's so important to actually track what you're eating, through MyFitnessPal or something like that. But we'll cover that a little bit more here in the next few slides. So yeah, you just need to eat more, but this is not an excuse for you to start eating everything in sight and just be a dirty bulker, because of course, you don't want to gain excess fat that you don't need at all. You should only be slightly above your maintenance calories. So 300 to 500 calories above your maintenance calories. Now, with doing this, there's going to be times where you're going to plateau in weight, and that's completely okay. It's normal for you to plateau in weight various times throughout your bulking phase, but when you do approach those times, that means you need to plop on more calories onto what you're already presently eating. So you just need to be wary of that. And again, that's why it's so important to measure everything that you're ingesting, because you need to make sure you have the numbers on file on your hand to see how much you're eating right now. And if it's not gaining you any weight, then you need to add this amount extra, so that way you can actually start gaining weight. And then you can say, oh wow, now I'm eating this much, but I'm still not getting any weight. So that means you have to repeat the process, add on more calories, see how much you're eating now, and then just start eating that way consistently for a little bit and see if there's a difference. And that's why the final point is also pretty important. You need to weigh yourself once per week as well to see if you're making progress. Are we gaining weight? Are we losing weight? Are we just staying the same in weight? So all these data points are very important for us to measure, which leads to my second point: track everything. Literally what I've been talking about, right? You need to track excuse me, your calories, your macros through MyFitnessPal or any other app that allows for you to track your eating. As far as tracking your weight goes, I just recommend using the Notepad app on your phone. You don't need like any type of special app for that. It's just easier to just use the Notepad app on your phone. But if you want to download a special app, go ahead. It's a free world. The world is your oyster, so go ahead. Um, but as far as tracking calories and macros goes, I use MyFitnessPal. I know there are a bunch of other good apps out there, but it's just the one that I primarily use and have used for a long time now. By doing this, though, you know what exactly it is that you're putting inside of your body. You know exactly how much you're weighing on a day-to-day basis, or at least once per week, right? Because you should weigh yourself at least once per week. Most don't do this, getting lazy with it, right? And this goes back to the whole argument I was saying, right? A lot of people, a lot of guys, skinny guys say, I eat this, and that, but I'm not gaining any weight. Like, what the fuck is going on, right? Um, and it's because they don't track anything. They don't track shit, or they just get lazy with it, right? They do it every now and then when they feel like it. So most don't even track their weight once per week as well, right? Apart from just tracking their macros and their calories, right? So if you don't track anything, how can you know if you're making progress? And big spoiler alert, you can't. You need that data point, right? It's like business. You need the data points inside of your business, inside inside marketing, inside sales, inside client fulfillment, right? To see if your clients are actually getting results with what you're delivering as a service, right? You need all those data points so that way you can figure out what needs tweaking and what needs adjusting inside of your offer or just inside of your business. So that way it can be optimized. You can have even more clients who are successful with what you're selling. You can get better at sales calls, right? And your marketing is dialed in so that we only speak to your ideal clientele. So that's why it's so important to have these important metric points. So don't sleep on it. Seriously, don't. You're only shooting yourself in the foot if you do. All right, third point or third piece of advice. Training hard. Like, you need to train hard. You cannot get away with just doing 4 sets by 12 reps every single time, right? Most who do this are usually just half-assing the reps and swinging the weight around, and that is very counterproductive to what you should be doing inside of the gym, right? Because essentially your main thing is just to get in and out of the gym, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, going to the gym is not going to be everyone's favorite part of the day, right? Actually exerting yourself and whatnot. But the minute you just start to half-ass shit, half-ass exercises, and just kind of like, I don't even know, right? There's some people sometimes at the gym, and I'm not making fun of these people at all whatsoever. So don't misconstrue what I'm gonna say. But there's some people that you can tell they're genuinely just not interested in exercising, or giving it their all, right? Or putting in that effort. They're just kind of like they're standing idly by. They're spending more time talking than working out, essentially, right? So it's it's a waste of time to kind of go to the gym if you're doing that, right? So when we train with high intensity, by doing it, right, you actually exert yourself inside of the gym. The most important thing above all for training with intensity is, and this is kind of like a principle of training with intensity or training till failure. Um, you need to focus on your form. Your form is the most important thing. Your form will always outweigh weight, right? It does not matter if you can curl 40 pounds on bicep curls, because if you curl 40 pounds on bicep curls and you can only get it up, right? That's what she said. You can only get it up when you're swinging your body around, right? Doing all this fucking crazy dance moves, right? Just to try to get the weight up. It's like, what are you doing? Like, no, like, lower the weight, focus on your form, because you actually feel the muscle that you should be working a lot more by focusing on your form, right? Being strict with your form. I'm not saying you have to fucking, do 20-second pause or 20-second negatives, right? No, something just as simple as 3 to 4 second negatives with a 1 second stretch at the bottom, or 1 second pause at the bottom at the stretch position, and then exploding on the way up is a good quality rep that you should be doing or considering to be doing, right? Again, the world is your oyster. This is just me giving you advice. You guys can do what you want with this advice, right? But I want to see you guys win, so definitely implement some of this advice that I'm sharing with you guys here for today. Not some of it, fuck it, all of it, right? If you're watching this video, you're watching it for a reason, because you want results inside of the gym. So this is the way you should be training, and listen to everything else that you've been listening up until this point. Um, but yeah, form will always outweigh weight, right? Form is the most important thing ever. So this does not mean you should pick the lightest weight in the world, because this is something I also used to do back then when I first started my fitness journey, just because I was a big, I was pretty big on form back then. But I would essentially just pick the lightest weight and just focus on the form, and I would do like 12 reps, 4 sets of 12 reps, right? So pretty high reps up there, and it got me subpar results just because I wasn't actually, A, I wasn't exerting myself, and B, I wasn't picking a weight that was actually heavy enough for me to be, for me to actually make some progress on and actually be able to exert myself in general. So don't pick the lightest weight in the world. Pick a weight that is moderate in weight, so you're able to still control your form and get a really good workout in. Next slide. Eat your protein. I I sucked. I sucked at getting my protein in back then. Sometimes I still suck at it, but definitely a lot more. It's gotten a lot better over the years. That's what I'm trying to say. So make an effort to get a gram of protein per pound of body weight in. Too many of us don't eat enough protein, and that really does cost us gains as well. Believe it or not, it's not all just about going to the gym. Like you need to make sure that you're also eating, correctly as well, right? Eating how you're supposed to be eating, given what your fitness goals are. So, regardless of if you are bulking or cutting, like you still need to hit your protein goals. Personally, I'd rather go over my protein than under my protein because there's a lot of studies that show that zero point 0.7 grams of protein is sufficient, right? But again, I'd rather just eat a little bit over rather than be under my protein, just because I don't know, maybe it's just like a placebo thing or just a mindset thing, but I don't know. I feel like if I eat a little bit more protein, it's a little bit better, right? Kind of rewarding my body, right? Use this extra protein to fucking just rebuild my body, repair it, so that way I can go as hard the next day instead of the gym. But protein is an essential amino acid, so you need it for your muscles to be repaired and recovered. So it's vital for you to meet your daily protein goals per day, daily per day. So this way we are, since we are training hard. And then the last point is just to not give up. I mean, this is kind of like, um, pretty obvious advice, I guess, but just don't give up. Just don't give up. Like, if you want to see the results, then you need to stay consistent. You just can't be consistent for 1 week and then, the next week you're half-assing everything that you're doing. That's going to get you subpar results. And obviously, you guys are watching these videos because you don't want subpar results. You actually want to see really good results for yourself. So find your reason why for wanting to get in shape inside of the gym. Hold on to it tightly, and that's essentially what's going to allow for you to carry through those hard, difficult times. Because as simple as all of this sounds, it's quite hard for different variables or different factors that come into play, right? Our mindset, our emotions. If we have a bad day, right? Maybe we have some health ailments or health concerns, whatever it is. Different things come into play when it comes to all this. So this is why it's so important not to give up. Find our reason why we're doing this in the first place, why we're getting in shape, why we're wanting to transform our body. So this way, we can carry forward through the obstacles that are thrown at us when we are in this fitness journey, right? So don't give up, stay consistent. You guys can do it. I believe in you all. And most importantly, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it does help out my videos a lot, get pushed out there in the YouTube algorithm. Comment down below if there's something you guys want to see so that way I can go ahead and make that video. One more time, if you are someone looking for one-to-one coaching, the link for that will be down below in the description. So check that out. But until the next one, guys, take care. Much love to you all. Peace.